Hey y'all, how are y'all doing? I've had quite a realization. Oh shit. Uh, okay, you're gonna have to go back a little bit to the beginning of this whole so-called coronavirus. Okay, think of a way that they could get everyone to do something. How would they do it? Okay, how could they get everyone to do something thinking that there was actually, a virus or something, but it's not a virus? This comes from literally my previous video, and another energy reader that mentioned anthrax. Okay, I knew when I heard that, I was like, oh shit. So I look it up and look at what the symptoms are. I knew that's what I've been poisoned. One of the poisons I've been poisoned with, um, and it of course mimics cold, flu, stuff like that. I mean, they can mix it with other poisons as well. It's all they have to do, and it's airborne. They can put it in the air. It's all they have to do, or put it in something. You wouldn't know it. You can't see it. It's odorless, tasteless. And then tell everyone that there's a virus going around that is not a virus, because history repeats itself. History repeats itself. These are the same people doing the same thing. Look what happened to the Native Americans. Where do all these diseases come from? It's because they put them there. They used like poison, or mix of poisonous plants, along with anthrax. I mean, people that know all this poisonous stuff, they know a lot about it. And in order to work in the governmental systems or any of these systems they have, in order to have a job, you're supposed to take the shot. So you are getting something really horrific no matter what, and its intention is to shut down your chakras so you can't see. So you're having to rely on government or people in certain positions, because you can't rely on yourself, because they took that away. You understand? Do you understand the whole plot? So anyone that was awake that didn't do what they instructed everyone else to do, so they called for help in these systems, they ignored it. Why do they ignore it? Because they were put to sleep. And this is how Satan gets everyone to take on his karma, to believe the false narrative. Do you see it? I kept asking God, I was like, why am I here? What is the purpose of it? And then there it was. Just look up symptoms of any poisons and what they mimic. You have a lot of trouble breathing if you inhale anthrax. Back 2017, 2019, when I was here before, I definitely felt like I was being made to breathe something. Something was going on. I was so horribly sick, I was dying. But there are things that you can live through if you happen to have healing. Maybe you have more chakras, but some of them are shut down because of people attacking you. Why does Rohypnol exist? The what they call a date rape drug. Why does it exist? People, all the drug pushers have commercials on TV. Everything is really upside down. You get healing for plants. Native Americans know this, A plant should be used as medicine, not as a drug. There's a difference to that. If you use something positively or you use it negatively, well, that has an effect, on how you look at it. The 33rd degree Freemasons hate cannabis because it's high vibrational. Okay? So that also helps in healing your chakras. You definitely need to watch the previous video so you can know more. Like, if your chakras are in balance, what are those symptoms? You need to know that. It'll tell you a lot. But do you understand the whole New World Order plot? It was them using whatever poisons. It doesn't matter if they use metal. Fluoride that's a byproduct, a toxic waste product from aluminum. It is not healthy. They use all these things to make you docile so you can't see. You need to care about what you're eating, ingesting. Sugar, well, that's what cancer feeds off of. And if cancer's parasites, you're just feeding the parasites and making it grow. So you really got to look at everything. They're going to give, to the people, majority of the people, things that are more poisonous. I don't go eat McDonald's, Burger King, nothing. I don't eat meat, none of that. And that's what's really helped me to heal as well. And eating meat, you have to look at, there's been eugenics programs, okay? Hitler had a eugenics program. Why? Because they're so inbred. You can look up these people in history, their descendants, but you have to go through the maternal lines, not the male, okay? This, again, King Charles II Habsburg of Spain, and then there's King Ferdinand VII, which Moloch numbers, he tends to stick to 7 and 3. But you can still find these characteristics, their deformities and everything through the bloodline. Hitler's master race is himself, his inbred self. He wants his descendants all over the earth so that you can have the same sexual deformities that these people do. You want that? You want to take on Satan's karma? They do horrible things. That's why they have, their deformities. They've been doing it for so long. The white rapper boy, I realized, was literally King Charles II, the Habsburg, of Spain. And he was also, whoever, I think Medici, maybe before the Habsburg, I'm not sure. But anyway, but he was also Francis de Medici. This is the one that shows up as the flamboyant one. Go look at Custer. He was flamboyant. It's the same shithead. I grew up with this person. Okay? And he may actually be my cousin, but the inbreeding makes him like a brother. That's why, I had previous videos and channels where I've been doing this, and I've been trying to get past this wall because they're trying to keep me hidden because they don't want this information to come out. It's right in scripture. You say that no one sells people, da-da-da-da-da. Well, it's right in scripture. What was Laban doing? He was selling his daughters. And Jacob was getting 2 of them, polyamory. That's not godly. Polyamory is not godly. That's being selfish, a selfish, misogynistic pig. Let's call it what it is. You have to look at who wrote what. King James wrote the Bible, and before him it was John Knox. That's how you get the whole Bible. Okay? Now, did they plagiarize and change things around? Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you have your chakras intact, and you can see, and you go through and see things as they are, and not the way that was taught to you by church and school, because those are part of the systems. Go watch Hitler's eugenics breeding program. It's the one that says hard to stomach. Watch that one so that you can see the same systems that they had were brought over here. That's called Operation Paperclip. It's literally your CIA. And your CIA is also involved in the military, because I know this little brat I grew up with, he's CIA and he's in the military. He's dressed up as Rumpty, because Rumpty only has one ball, same as Hitler. History repeats itself until you learn, and we make sure it never happens again. This is the New World Order plan. If they succeed, that's it. That's it. So you either want to heal and get rid of Satan's karma and not take it on, because it's horrible. Okay? Satan would be the King Ferdinand VII. The one with the Epstein member. Get it? Epstein's not Epstein. Manson's not Manson. The real Manson is the one that bought me, stole me, whatever you want to call it, because my mother sold me. And, here I am. This is the real Manson, the head of the cabal. They know how to put their karma on other people. They get other people fucked up for what they do, and then they drug, poison, whatever it is, their witchcraft to them that they don't know. They're just messed up. They do this to people. They do all these crimes and put it on other people. And they have all the, we'll say SS soldiers do everything for them because they know how to poison and drug people. These people know everything about plants, all this stuff. Go look up about Rasputin because he's around these people too. Okay? I mean, he's called a mystic because he knows stuff about plants. Okay? There was that flooding that happened. And what was real big in that flooding in Texas? Camp Mystic. It was putting mystic out there. I mean, it will literally, there will be something that shows who is behind it or who is involved with it. Y'all, if you want to take on the karma of Satan, you will get it. You will get it, but it's not taking any karma off of Satan. You will just get it with him. Okay? These are pedophiles. They're into inbreeding. If you go back and look at history with these weird nobles that are not noble, never were. If you get into a bloodline by rape, that doesn't make you noble. These people are sick and twisted, and they pulled off a big, huge plot in front of everyone, and it was to get everyone in their systems under their control. Which they pretty much already had control. Stop watching the news. They give you bread and circus. It's to keep you from revolting and seeing what's going on. They're keeping people like me down, other people. They just talk shit about them so that people will ignore it and not listen. If you're not listening and all you're doing is watching TV, you have no idea what's going on. You're completely under the veil. The 33rd degree Freemasons woke us up. And they put a lot of people back to sleep with what? The TV, the news, and people that are contacting people. They have content creators that they contact, and they think that they have a little angel helping them. There ain't no angel helping you. Remember, Satan comes as an angel of light, but he's a fallen angel. Do you have the discernment to know who is what? Who's telling the truth? Just go look up poisons and their symptoms. You'll start seeing and be like, wait a damn minute. Yeah, how would I be able to look these people up like they're, descendants, which is your past life, stuff like that. So it's just a matter of not totally understanding things because you don't have everything because of all the lies out there. You have to look at who wrote the Bible. That doesn't mean that God's word's not in it, because they plagiarized so that all of it would look like it was. I mean, come on, a jealous God? God's not jealous. Go read, the love chapter is in Corinthians. It might be 13, about love is kind, love is not boastful, love does not envy. Come on. It's like 2 different people wrote it, or 3. The first beast gave his power over to the second beast. John Knox to King James. Yeah, a lot of stuff has been messed with. How can you think there's all this evil going on in the world? Murder, rape, molestation, kids disappearing. But there's no Satan. There's no demons. Okay. This is a rape club, the Freemason 33rd degree, and you can be in lower levels of it and not even see this stuff or know this stuff going on. Remember, they deal with poisonous plants, anything that's poison. They know the most about it. I grew up with this Manson character, the real Manson, the Manson Epstein character. So I know a lot. I know a lot about these people. So it is what it is. I'm doing this to help people so that, all you gotta do, watch the previous video so you learn about chakras so you can heal. If you choose to be one of the true creators, not a fake one, okay, you'll be saved. But you need to heal your chakras, okay? And you need to know truth. You should be able to discern it. No one needs a shot to be well. No one. All the drug pushers have commercials on TV. Everything's inverted. Remember how things were before Columbus came over here? Okay? Not meaning that everything was perfect, because eating meat is bad. But it may have been that they didn't until they came over. We don't really know. I don't know. But, they've had breeding programs where people have been bred to be this way, to be that way, so you heal, so that your DNA can be straightened up. Everything can be straightened up, and you can be who you really were meant to be, and live out your true purpose and destiny, which is really, it's like what you want. You just, you know what I mean? You can't really see it until you get there. You don't trust God. You can't go the people that say they don't trust God, but they won't, get rid of everything and give to the poor or give to who they stole from so they get the karma off, and start their life over again, like backpacking the countryside or whatever. You must not trust God. If you haven't already done it. I've already been on my trip, my journey. I learned a lot, though. I learned a lot, and it's helped me to completely wake up and be able to see. And of course, there needs to be people that have homes for people to stay in and stuff like that. But this is where people are taking turns so that they have their chance to be on the journey and learn what they need to learn and wake up. Okay? Some people may not have to go through that much. I don't know. But when you're down at the bottom, last will be first, first will be last. If you're down at the bottom and you don't have heal your chakras, even if you got a phone, you can heal your chakras. You can learn and research. That researching helps to wake you up. You need that. That's why I say look things up, do this. Certain words that say you don't know what they are, go look them up. That's what I had to do. I watched someone else. I was like, wait, what? But you need the wisdom and discernment, because they tried to come in and trick you. And they use poison and stuff like this. There's just... Okay, let's just look at Brittany Murphy. She felt she was being poisoned. Everyone was like, and then she died. And then her husband or something died too. The whole thing is really weird. That's just one example. These people sacrifice people because they're sacrificing to Satan. Go watch The Mummy, that creepy thing that has the beetle crawling on his face, the mummy guy. The dead coming back to life by siphoning off of others. Go learn about Elizabeth Bathory. I've been finding these people, their descendants in history, and they still got these same things going on because they've never healed it. Hurt people, so you gotta heal it. If you're hurting other people, you are incurring karma. So wouldn't it be wise to get clear of that so that you don't have to have a heavy heart or go through hard things, so that you can come up out of that, right? This is wrong what they're doing. They tricked people. They lied and people died. And who's at the head of it? It's the government. Who's running the government? I'm right here at the Cabal Manson headquarters, and I'm in my 50s here, and still cannot get away because they siphon everything. They keep you down. The more a problem you are, the more they're going to keep you down. And I called for, I've made reports, called for help. They ain't doing shit. Fraud vitiates everything, so obviously you are not those people. If you're supposedly the law, but you're not doing anything, someone reports, you have to check it out. And if you're not doing your job in checking it out, because you have people threatening you or whatever's going on, why are you in that job? Why are you getting paid? So, because money's your God? If money's your God, you're taking on Satan's karma. Go look at the Hopi prophecy wall. It exists for a reason, and there are others. I mean, there are other rocks wall with the similar, same thing basically said on it, because it's about materialism and greed. Then your God is money, and Satan's your person with his Epstein penis. Yep. Look at some of my content, because I've got it there. There's a lot of it there, and I've got some other channels, and like I said, with each channel, it's kind of like recreating myself, because that's when you like go up a step, as well as trying to get past this wall of them trying to keep me from getting out, where people can see and hear this and know what's really going on, because that's like their biggest fear. Their biggest fear is people knowing what they did, because they know that's the end. So make it happen. Make it happen and let it be the end of the New World Order. Love you guys. Take care.